Oh, man. Here we go back with another one.
Yes, sir. We are back in the building. And as always, we always have somebody special for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And since he is the most recent, he's the most special. We got 2ToneDaSupastar in the building. What's up, 2Tone?
Chilling, man. Cool and appreciate being here.
Hey, man. Thanks for coming through.
Yeah,
Way
man.
out here in Buckeye.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Jackrabbit Road. Thought I was going to Cali.
Right.
I was like, is a nigga going to Cali in this
Right.
motherfucker?
You
Yeah.
pretty much in Cali.
Yeah. Damn near. You on the borderline. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure. Let's get into it, man. Let's talk about 2ToneDaSupastar. Please say the superstar. Let's kind of start at the beginning. How'd you get into the hip hop scene? How'd you get started, into the promoter side of things? What kind of led you got you into this whole game?
Well, first, my dad had got custody of me and my brother, I believe, in 1987.
Okay.
So I was 7 years old, and when he brought me to Arizona, he was managing groups called As One out here, and he had took me to the studio, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I saw rappers, the recording process, and then my dad, like, he would market his groups, promote his groups. So since 7, I've always been in the entertainment business.
Okay.
I remember 8 years old when Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch was out, and Mark Wahlberg, and they was performing at the Celebrity, and they was outside playing football in the parking lot. And then Marky Mark was like, "What's up, Chubb Rock?" Because I was little, and I was like, "What's up, man?" He was like, "Come play with us." I was like, "Oh shit!" So I'm over there playing with Marky Mark.
That's fire.
And at that time, Derek Ware, which was from Urban AZ Entertainment,
Right.
Mercedes,
Okay.
they were running the Celebrity Theater.
Okay.
So I'm 7, 8 years old, and they already in their positions, like, running the shit.
Right.
So it's crazy that I ended up working for them as
Right.
an adult. Yeah.
Later on in life, that's
Yeah.
fire. So what got you into specifically the promoting side? Like, what year did you start? How did that all come about?
2008.
Okay.
I rapped from like when I was in high school up to 2008. Like I felt I was a good rapper, but niggas thought I was trash. I was out there spitting them trash bars. Bars was trash.
Okay.
This rapper named Rocky Tarade, he ended my rap career.
Shit. Shout out to
Salute-
homie. I know Rock.
Salute Rocky Tarade.
Yeah.
One day he was from Cali. He just came in. I thought I was the man rapping, and he just came and just destroyed me. I was like, nigga, I'm done with this rap shit.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
So
he'll do that too.
My best friend, one of my best friends, Rich Rico, he had came to my apartment and he was like, "Bro, I want to rap." And he's Mexican, he's Hispanic.
Rich Rico. Okay, I remember Rich
Yeah,
Rico.
Rich Rico. He was like, "I want to rap, I want to spit." And I was like, "Okay, well, how we gonna do it?" And he was like, "I'm from Mexico." Like, he's really from Mexico. His dad used to work at the border. Like, he was in that life. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, "Shit, let's rap about that." Because I believe in Arizona, the demographic out here, the demographic is Hispanic.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So I was like, if we can market you to be cool and you talk directly to the Hispanics and the Mexicans, I believe you could sell out here, just like
Right.
MC Magic in that same vein.
Right.
So I was like, all right, let's push you. But I was like, how can I get him shows? How can I get him shows? So at that time, Twitter started becoming popular.
Okay, yeah.
First it was MySpace, then Twitter. I was like, what the fuck is Twitter? You just
Right.
type,
I remember.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That was it.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, what do you do? And I remember Shaq was big on Twitter, and Shaq would just be like, meet me at Scottsdale Fashion. I'm here.
Yeah.
And niggas would go to Scottsdale Fashion. I was like, oh, you just tell people what you're doing.
Right.
So, like, I just started tweeting my thoughts, and people was laughing at them, like my takes and shit. I guess back then it wasn't called trolling. I don't know, it wasn't called trolling, but man, I was getting blocked by celebrities. Like Chingy had blocked me on Twitter.
That's crazy.
Everybody from Love and Hip Hop has blocked me on Twitter. So I started getting like all this traction. I started getting followers, and the promoters was like, maybe you should come to the club and like tweet my event.
Gotcha.
And come to the club.
Gotcha.
I'm like, oh, okay. So I was like, I'll promote your event if you let my artist perform.
Got you. Smart.
Right. So I got Rico in all these clubs. I would be hosting and then he'll be performing. I'll be hosting and he'll be performing. Then I met this promoter by the name of Diego, which was 100 Hustles. He got ran out of town because he was selling Drake slots to open up for Drake. You know, niggas, you can't open up for Drake.
Right.
Like, so niggas was done paying for Drake slots.
Right.
So you just can't open up for Drake.
You're not just having anybody on the card, right?
Yeah, so fuck is up? Damn, I lost my damn point.
100 Hustles?
Yeah, 100 Hustles. So he had booked me to host the event, and the first time I walked into his club, he paid me.
Nice.
And I've never been paid for my raps. Like all them years, all them trash raps, I never got paid for them.
Right.
All my shows I was doing, I never got paid. Even when I was hosting events for Rico, I wasn't getting paid. I was just like happy to be like, okay, I'm getting my artist to perform.
Right.
So as soon as I walked in the door, he paid me. I'm like, bro, I should have never been rapping.
Right.
I'm literally like, you just paid me for my thoughts.
Right.
And ever since then, I took that hosting shit serious. So that became my life, like hosting, promoting. But it was a dark life though. Dark life, like.
Yeah,
let's get into it.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
If we can, you know what I mean? Let's get
like
into it.
because like I would go to work at say 11 p.m. Get home at 3, so I'm drinking all night, eating bad, wake up, do it again, drinking, eating. It was just too much drinking, dark, partying. Like me and Rich Rico, we was like, some days we didn't even know what the fuck day it was. And I was like, right before I had my son, I was like, I gotta get away from this because I'm naturally an introvert. Like, I'm the person when I go to the club, I want to be in the corner by myself, chilling with my phone, observing. But I can perform. So when I'm hosting, I like that environment.
You can turn that on.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But after a while, it just became, I'm going to the club, bro, and I know what the DJ's gonna play.
Right.
I'm hearing the same bass set. Like, I'm tired of the E40. I mean, I love E40, but I don't want to hear the blow your whistle 10 times a day.
Right.
So I was like, I had to get out of that shit. Yeah.
So what has changed from, because you're still promoting, so what has changed from back then to now?
Well, when I was promoting and then I found out that my child's mother was pregnant, I was like, I don't want to post my son on Instagram and then the next picture be a booty flyer of me hosting Pink Rhino.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm gonna quit. So I quit hosting.
Okay.
And I got a regular job. I went to the 9 to 5. Still doing the 9 to 5, and I was like, I want to try podcasting. I first started podcasting on my iPhone. I used to call it 2Tone Radio.
Okay.
And I would just record on my phone and I'll put it on SoundCloud.
Okay.
And then through that method, I had emailed Machine Gun Kelly, and Machine Gun Kelly's like, "I'll give you an interview." So he was like my first interview. That's online somewhere.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I got him on tape slandering LeBron. Like he's just cooking LeBron.
What year is this?
This is fuck a year is this? This might be 2010.
Okay.
No, when did LeBron leave Cleveland? When was the decision? 2010. Because 11 he lost to the Mavs. 12,
and then 12 and 13. Yep. Okay.
2010 was the decision. Right.
Okay.
So that's when I started doing my 2Tone Radio. I would get songs, put them in some app, and just like do like a whole radio show.
Okay.
And people fucked with it. And then an investor had came to me and was like, "Yo, I want you to do skits, like YouTube skits," and he wanted to put some money behind me. But I didn't like it because that's not me. Like, I'm not funny like that. Like, I'm not like creative like some those skit people like Shiggy. Like they're like that's an art for them.
It really
it's
is.
a different type of thing.
Yeah, the Tony Bakers
sure.
and the Kev on stages, man. Them dudes different.
Yeah, different. Like that's like an art for them. And I was like, nah. So I had to stop podcasting and focus on that. So 2011, 12. Then I started Stage 2 Big podcast. I started again. That was with Rico and my other best friend Nico.
Okay.
Did a couple episodes of that one. Then I had some situations with my son.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? I need to stop podcasting because I want to get my son's situation right. So I had stopped.
Okay.
And then once I got my son's situation right, I started again. I started me and Nico, we started a podcast. It was called the Mike Terrell Podcast, which was my regular name. I tried to disassociate
get away from the two-tone.
Two-Tone. I was
all
like,
the way.
I don't want to deal with that because that was a dark time in my life. Like, I don't want none of that.
And it's funny. I want to say something too. It's funny because I think you had popped up on the gram, and I had seen somebody had shared a clip of yours, and at the time, I think your handle was Mike
Terrell.
So I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, that look like Two-Tone. And I go to the page, I'm like, man, he sounds just like Two-Tone. That's Two-Tone. And then I think like 2 weeks later, you had posted a video of the Hatrix.
Right.
And you were like, Two-Tone. I was like, okay, cool. It was him.
Yeah.
I was like, if not, that motherfucker got somebody look just like him somewhere, man.
Yeah, so I tried to rebrand myself because my name is Mike Terrell Johnson. So I tried to rebrand myself into that. And then me and Nico, we was doing our podcast. I liked it. Nico, he's more, he's very educated.
Okay.
So me and his podcast, like, it was more educational.
Okay.
And like me, I was like, I can't be me. Like, I have to like unleash because I have crazy opinions, crazy thoughts.
Gotcha.
So I started doing the Hatrix, which was just me in front of a camera, because I always felt like who had told me? Star, you know Star, Troy Terrain, Hot 97.
Oh yeah.
He did the Aaliyah shit. Like, he said. And Charlamagne said this. He was like, you have to be able to be the star of your show. Mm-hmm. You have to be able to say, what if there's no guest one time?
Yep.
What is your audience? Your audience wants to hear from you.
Right.
So I was like, I need to train myself that I can talk in front of this camera and be able to entertain people for at least 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. And I've built it up to an hour. So I started doing the Hatrix and people started liking it. Like, they started liking the videos, sharing them. And at this time, my setup is not how it is now. It's like ghetto. Like, I got my girl shoe rack in the background, regular mics. I know nothing about lighting at all.
Right.
It's just raw, just me talking, me giving my opinions, and that started to pick up. Then, as soon as that picked up, the pandemic hit. Which for podcasters, I believe the pandemic was a blessing for us.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Because we when these niggas is at home, nothing to do, they was listening to us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Facts.
Facts.
Big time.
That blew our field up severely. So I'm starting getting all these views, all these likes. I'm like, cool. And then since the world started opening up, I was like, shit. My son's older now. I was like, let me start getting these promotion bags. Let me start getting these hosting bags.
There you go.
But this time I'm gonna get paid what I'm worth. Because back then I missed out on so much money.
Well, yeah, because just starting out, you're like, you have no clue.
You don't
know.
know.
What I mean, it's like the artist that first signs a deal,
Right?
and signs the damn 360
Right.
because he didn't know any better and he just wanted to get on. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Now people know, and so you better equipped to go into those situations. As far as the podcast, kind of what was your energy behind calling it the Hatrix?
The Hatrix is because I believe when people tell the truth, people say you hating. A lot of time the truth can be viewed as hating.
Right.
So, and with me, like, on Facebook, I would say an opinion. Like, I would say something about LeBron. I would say LeBron is 4-6 in the finals. That is a fact. But people be like, "Oh, you hating on Bron? You hating on Bron?" So I just said I'm gonna walk into it. I'm gonna call this show the Hatrix, kind of like the Matrix, where you have to plug into it.
You have to plug in. I like that.
Let's plug into my truth. My truth. You may take it as trolling or he's wild, but I honestly feel these thoughts.
Right.
Like, even my girl be like, "Oh, you a troll?" I'll be like, "No, I really feel this way about this."
Right.
Because like 6ix9ine. To me, 6ix9ine, he was a troll. He admitted it. Like, he was a troll. He was a troll. And some people would call Charlamagne a troll, but I don't believe Charlamagne's a troll all the time. I believe that when people think differently, I believe it's a cop out now to say, "Oh, you're trolling."
I agree.
oh, you're trolling. Just because I don't have the same thoughts as you don't mean I'm trolling. I just have different thoughts.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, totally. I agree.
Speaking of trolling, though, do you on the flip side of that, do you get a lot of people who troll you because of your thoughts and your ideas?
Yeah, but I enjoy that though.
Okay.
Like,
it's like food for you almost.
Yeah,
like you just kind of take it in.
Yeah, like my audience, like I call them the Prosper Fog.
Okay.
My audience, I love them because they keep me on my shit.
Okay.
Cause I tell them, be like, I don't have fans. I don't have fans. I have supporters.
Mm-hmm.
A fan is like a fanatic.
Mm-hmm.
Like a fan is never gonna tell you like. I hate keep saying LeBron. They gonna kill me. They gonna kill me. They gonna think I gotta tell y'all the LeBron story, but yeah, like LeBron has fans. Like they don't give a fuck what he do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't care. But me, I'm going to say you don't want to take the shot in the last 3 seconds.
Right.
Or Jay-Z. I love Jay-Z, but sometimes the shit with him and Nas and
the new record.
Yeah, that's not it.
It wasn't it.
Yeah.
That's not it. But I love Hov. That don't mean I don't like Hov.
Exactly.
That just means that song wasn't it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm with you. 100%. I'm with you. And we talk, because there's no objectivity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
like you said, there's a difference between a fan and a stan, and a lot of these dudes now are stans.
Stan.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I think all of us are stans of something, somebody. It's just
facts.
It's our DNA. You know what I mean? We attach ourselves to something because of a mentality, because of the swag, whatever it is. You know what I mean? But no, I think it's a great name and a great way to, go at these people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just want it to be like my truth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And but tell y'all the LeBron stories. A lot of people's gonna ask, do I hate a personal hate for LeBron? 2009, I believe the All-Star game was here in Phoenix, Arizona. There was a club in Scottsdale called Mist.
I remember.
And Derrick Rose is in there, young Derrick Rose.
Right.
Young Derrick Rose.
That's when the Mist was like crazy, right?
Right. Dwayne Wade in there. So I'm in there like I'm hosting or whatever. And then I'll be like, what's up, D Wade? And D Wade, oh, what's up, man? Like just happy, just like joyful. D Rose, what up, D Rose? So all these NBA players are like showing love. They don't know me. So I see LeBron coming down the stairs. Is at Mist, there was these stairs. And like the whole club parts ways. Right. It parts ways. And I just see this light. And it's like glowing. I'm like, what the fuck? And then you see LeBron, this big nigga, a big nigga.
Right.
Big nigga.
6'9".
6'9".
270, something like that. Yeah.
I'm like, damn. And he's walking down with Savannah, his wife.
Okay.
And so I'm like, oh shit. So I go up to him like, what's up, LeBron? And he gussed me. Like, he didn't shake my hand. He just kept walking.
That's crazy.
And ever since that moment, I'm like, man, fuck that nigga, man.
Right.
I get that.
I get it. Look, like, so for me, as a Lakers fan,
right.
like obviously you get at that time when he came over, the best player in the world. You're not gonna say nothing. I don't care if you love him, hate him, whatever. So obviously I root for him, but I come from the Kobe era.
Me too.
So for years it was like Kobe versus LeBron, and then you would have people you would have people putting LeBron over Kobe, and I'm like, how?
Yeah, no.
Like,
did y'all forget what Kobe was doing in his early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s, early 30s?
Like stretch, yeah. Was that 2006 or 7?
It was like 2006.
Crazy.
Crazy. He went like a week where he scored over 50
straight
every game. Ridiculous.
Then the game winning. Remember, he had like 6 game winners in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, and LeBron fans, they forget that how the Kobe versus LeBron war was between the fans.
Right.
Because they don't understand. In my opinion, I believe Kobe has gotten slandered more than LeBron. Because
big time.
I remember the Colorado case. They was killing Kobe.
Killing him.
When Shaq left and Kobe couldn't win without Shaq,
killing him.
I've never seen nobody get killed that hard.
Yeah.
Like, people forget it.
Yeah.
I was in barbershops. They was like, oh, Kobe is nothing. He's trash. He ain't never going to win without Shaq. Never going to win without Shaq. And I use that one of my inspirations too, because I love the like when Kobe broke through. Like I dropped a tear when he finally got his ring. I was happy for that man.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that too, is because I was watching something the other day where they were talking about how, I think it was Shannon Sharp was saying this, was like when Kobe was playing, everybody was, oh, he's a ball hog, he won't pass the ball, blah 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 blah.
Right.
As soon as he retired, it was Mamba mentality. So the narrative changed once he wasn't playing. You know what I'm saying? And his point was, we don't appreciate it in the moment. You know what I mean? But as soon as it's gone, we change the narrative to make it seem like, oh, we always love Kobe. Like, no, it wasn't that way.
Right.
No,
a lot of people did not like Kobe. You know what I mean? Or that mentality. And they praised Jordan for it. But then again, if you go back, there was a lot of slander on Jordan before he finally started winning.
Right.
Because he was getting his ass cooked.
By Peter Vesey.
Cooked.
But that was in magazines. They was destroying Jordan. And with Kobe, do you remember when what was that fucking game? No.
Was it during the case?
Yeah, during the case.
And
like,
I think he went off, right?
He was just cooking.
He was killing him.
But the media was just slandering this man.
Right.
Left and right. Yeah. Like, I remember when they leaked a video of Kobe training, practice with what's his name? Nick Young.
Yeah,
and Kobe win that practice and cussed everybody out.
Yeah.
And he got the media destroyed him for that.
Right.
Now they praise that moment.
Right.
Yeah, it's so weird how that happens. The flip.
Yeah.
Why
just the flip?
The flip.
As soon as he retired.
He was the devil. Like when they was like, oh, he's not good for basketball.
Yeah.
Why is he doing this?
We hate the way he plays. He's a ball hog. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Do you remember when they had him mic'd up for the Knicks game? It was in LA. And this is the first time I've ever heard Kobe mic'd up, and he was talking the entire game.
Right.
Like, pal, you need to do this.
Right.
Like, he knew everybody's position. I was like, God damn, Kobe.
Right.
Like, he was riding you.
Yeah.
Pal, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Right.
And then everybody's like, oh, that's too much. But now, if LeBron did that, that's good leadership.
Well, they're asking LeBron to do it.
Right. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. They're saying, Bron, why aren't you doing it?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's you can't win. You can't win.
You can't win.
You know what I mean? We know that.
I want to go back to the Hatrix real quick, and I want to ask, why do you live stream? Is there a point to live streaming?
Going live?
Yeah, going live, and is it because you get to see like a chat or interact with people?
As opposed to like recording it, editing it, like you're going straight off the gate.
Yeah, I like the live streams. I like the interaction. I definitely love the interaction, to talk to my audience. And it's more of like a live is more of like a therapy session to me. Okay. Because it makes you kind of vulnerable. Like, you can't edit enough, and it makes me better at when I do record and edit. I can be more like professional, and I just like going live because I've always hosted live. The interaction, the support, like people like support, like when you go live, like the supporters, like they'll hit your Cash App, man. Like,
that's fire.
Yeah, like they'll be like, I'll look at the Cash App, I'll be like, man, I appreciate y'all.
That's dope.
Like I had got a Rodecaster Pro, and my supporters bought that for me.
Yeah, no, I saw that.
Yeah, I was like, God damn! I was like, I want to get this Rodecaster Pro. The Cash App to start blowing up, the GoFundMe. So I'm like, dang, like it's crazy for me, being that I was like so much hated in the Arizona hip hop scene, to see the flip with love, kind of like the Kobe situation.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I think certain people in Arizona hip hop, they love that I'm nobody's fan. And that I'm going to tell you how it is. Because there's certain people in Arizona hip hop that, they have an interest. They have
of course. Like,
they have an interest. They getting paid that way. I don't knock that. But to me, I've always been about the art. So if I don't like the art, I don't give a fuck if you have 1 million followers, 1 million streams. I don't give a damn about that. I don't care how much money you got. if the art is trash to me, I'm gonna be like, I don't like the art.
Yeah.
And people like that because these artists, they care about the art. Some of them do.
Right.
So they want somebody to be like, okay, he's speaking that real.
Okay.
Like Daily Finesse. You heard of him? He's out here. Yeah, Daily. Now, he's incredible.
He's nice.
Yeah, he had dropped a freestyle with Bootleg Kev, and he was reading off his phone. Him and his other artists.
I remember.
And I killed him for it. Like I was like I don't care. Like you just don't read off your phone. I understand
in that moment for sure.
In that moment,
where you know you're gonna be recorded and on video for it. You know what I mean?
Because I'm from that era. Like y'all probably from that era too. Rap City era.
Oh yeah.
Can you go to the basement and grab your phone with Tigger?
No. You had to be in there. You had to really have bars.
Yeah.
Like even if you freestyling, and we could tell you freestyling,
right.
at least we know it's like okay, it's a free, but he's still going hard. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like Drake. When Drake pulled out his phone, like I'm a big Drake supporter. When Drake put out his phone on Funk Flex, I was like, "What the fuck is he doing?
Yeah,
what is he doing?"
But you know what I think though? That I think that moment changed it for a lot of people because then it was like, well, if Drake can do it,
then
I can get away with it,
right?
In a sense, like people talked about it, but then it went away. Then everybody else was like, well, shoot, I'm pulling out my phones. Now everybody knows that people are showing up with writtens.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's nothing for them to be like, yo, I'm gonna slip this right here.
And drop some bars and read over it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They always rapping like this, you know what I'm saying?
but with Daily, I was critical of him, but then the brother went ahead and dropped 3 classics, and I had to give him his flowers.
Right.
And that's just like that's real. Like,
that's the way it's supposed to be.
You're gonna tell me when it's wrong, but you're gonna tell me when it's right too. So I think me and him, he respected that. Like he put me on his new album. Like I'm gonna be on his new album. Yeah,
that's fire.
And I think that's the connection that I have with artists. Some artists just don't fuck with it at all.
Gotcha.
Like they just hate. They hate Tone. Like they not fucking with me.
Do you think that's from before? Like, do you think that's just based on kind of the history of how you've done things?
I think so because you're right. Younger artists, like the younger artists that really don't know me from 602streets.com, that's message boards. Into MySpace and the Twitter, they don't know. They just know me as the Hatrix or the podcast. So younger artists love me.
Right. And
I love the younger artists. I really don't try to be critical of younger artists because I remember my dad being critical of Tupac, but my dad didn't understand Tupac.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? And
right.
I'm an old nigga, so maybe I don't understand what these young kids are going through because I'm not out there no more.
Right.
So I try not to be like overcritical, but sometimes if the music trash, it is.
It's trash.
Yeah.
I say it all the time. Like there's a lot of new stuff that I love. I love Lil Baby. I think Lil Baby goes crazy.
Yeah.
I think Da Baby goes crazy. There's a lot of young artists that are fire. We talk about this all the time.
Right.
I mean, somebody who I was a fan of that just dropped off the earth, which I don't know how and why, was Fetty Wap. Like early Fetty Wap stuff was fire to me, and then he started making trash music. Like his last 3 albums have been trash.
Bro, nobody had a starting run. No. Yeah. Was it 8 in a row? He had 8 singles. At least 6 singles.
Yeah, he was going hard.
That was going crazy.
Fire.
Then he just fall off the earth.
You all right?
I have to blame Alexis Sky for that. His baby mama.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, she had toxic yams. Like, she's toxic. She has toxic yams. I gotta blame Alexis
Some
Sky.
expired yams.
Something's wrong in the best family.
They've been in the cupboard too long.
Oh
shit.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
What do you think of the hip hop scene today? What is your opinion about it? Is it?
Well, compared to when I was rapping, the hip hop scene right now is light years ahead. Talent wise, business wise, like the rappers right now, like the talent level is just amazing. Like there was no rappers in my era that could. Well, there was one, rest in peace. His name's Carnegie. Do y'all remember Carnegie?
I remember Carnegie.
Carnegie, Silver Medallion. Carnegie.
Man, Carnegie was fire.
Ahead of his time.
Was fire.
Fire.
Oh man, rest in peace, man. I forgot about Carnegie.
Rest in peace,
man.
Carnegie. God, God, he was the first like to wear like when I seen him in not the first, but to like the way his clothing style was.
He was a superstar, bro.
Yeah, and like the funny color hair.
Yeah.
Now the kids are doing that now.
Yeah.
He was doing that back then. So he was one of the ones that was ahead of his time. But outside of that, I mean, Willie North Pole, that was one of my favorite local rappers. Like I still have a place in my heart for Willie. I don't care what they just say. Like he's probably one of the people like I would never be objective with. Like there's certain artists I admit like I'm never gonna slander them.
Right.
Like Willie, he's just one of those artists.
Juice, who's now Richie Evans.
I used to rap with him back in the day. The thing with Juice is like what he's doing now. He just didn't drop enough music. He would always just have pictures in the studio, like looking fly. But I'd be like, nigga, where the music at? Like, I always see you in the studio, but I don't hear the music.
Juice's mixtapes back in the day though were fire.
Yeah,
when he was on Black Wall Street, bro.
Yeah. Like now, Juice is dropping consistent music.
Yeah,
that
and
I
it's
always,
good.
And it's good.
Yeah.
I always thought that he could do.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's killing the game.
Yeah.
And like I always felt like Juice would always try to like chase radio a little bit because he's from that era,
right?
Where you need that radio hit.
You need the radio hit.
But I was like, if Juice just makes street music, his fans would fucking eat that up.
Right.
They would eat it up because they love when he talked that braggadocious.
Just that talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Juice is, he's cooking in this new era.
He is.
I can't even hate on him. He's cooking.
No, yeah, he's had some fire shit come out recently, man. For sure.
But yeah, right now the scene is like way better because my favorite rapper right now is J. Rob the Chief.
Mm-hmm.
He should be out there making millions. Judge the Boss, even Judge is from my era of rapping.
Yeah, Judge from that era.
And he's transcended into this new era.
Yeah, he has. Big time.
There's an artist by the name of Trap Money, AK.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a from the South Side, like a West Coast artist. He's crazy. There's an artist named Yante who got a song called Side Black Man, which is Side Nick, but I call it Side Black Man, which is fire. It's just so many artists right now, new artists that are just killing my era, like just whooping ass.
Got you.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with that, and but the problem is like if you go on to like Apple Music or Spotify and stuff like that, you just can't find any of that. You know, like the stuff that they promote.
Right.
Basically, you know, we had TJ Supa on last week, and we were kind of talking about, you know, Apple Music and Spotify has become the new FM radio.
Facts.
And I really think that it's so hard because I think there is a lot of talent. I like where music is going because, again, technology is at our fingertips.
Right.
And we got all this stuff, and these kids are doing these amazing things, but nobody's really hearing it. Like a mass majority of people are
you mean
not
like
hearing.
local, like the local artists?
Even local artists.
Right.
You know, and you know, I just wish there was a spot or a place like an Apple Music that you could go to, you know, that was specifically for something.
Well, go to Bandcamp. A lot of people sleep on Bandcamp. That's where you could like buy like the music. Because right now, certain people don't even think you could buy music. Like if I like an artist, I will go to iTunes and buy the album. Some people just let the Apple Music, which is cool. But I'm like, I want to actually support these artists, and buy it. Buy the merch. I remember back in the day, nobody was buying merch like that.
Nobody was doing merch.
Nobody. Now today,
nobody was even doing merch.
Right.
You'd have like maybe one or two artists that would be at the front door like, get my merch.
Yeah.
And most of the time you was walking right by that shit like, that's all right. You know what I mean? I'm good. But now it's mandatory.
Yeah. Yeah. It sells out. Like when Chris Brown, whenever he drops an album, all you see is his fans like, I need the merch now.
Right.
Drop the merch link. Drop the merch link now.
Right. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Yeah, that's all like, that's the new age though, man. But that's because, and shout out to technology because we have the opportunity to do shit like this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's because now you can get on and create your own clothing store virtually. You know what I'm saying? So and speaking of that, I want to talk about you have this thing, Pay Your Legends. Where did that come from?
PYL, Pay Your Legends.
Yeah.
What year was this? 2018.
Okay.
It was my birthday. It was coming up, and I was like, man, I kind of want to go into the club, celebrate my birthday. I've been retired from the club. I was like, I want to go celebrate. So I was like, let me hit my promoter friends up and see what they can do for me. And I hit one promoter up, and then I had worked with this promoter for years.
Okay.
I made him a lot of money, and I was like, I didn't feel like he was taking care of me the right way.
Got you.
So I'm like, I feel like I'm a legend in the city. And I got that from Russ. Y'all know Russ, right?
Mm-hmm.
Russ is like, don't wait for somebody to crown you.
Right.
Don't wait for like a 12-year-old internet dweeb to affect your legacy when you know you've put in work. So I was like, shit, I feel like I'm a legend in that space.
Right.
In that club space. So I was like, I got on Instagram. I was like, I want to have my birthday party. I want to know which promoter wants to book me. I was like, I need 4 bottles, and I don't want no sparklers. Like, I don't want nobody bring no sparklers to my table. I just want my bottles and sit at
do my thing. Right.
And then that shit went local viral. So all the promoters is like, oh, I can do this for you. I can do this for you. And I was like, y'all need to pay y'all legends, man. Like the old, like the Rakims, pay them legends. Like
legends, yeah.
Hip hop's the only form of music where the old niggas get slandered.
They do. They do. I was just thinking about this the other day.
Yeah,
they
like
do.
Rock music.
They live forever.
Love the legends.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Aerosmith and them, they always want to get their flowers.
You have to acknowledge them,
right,
in order to be in the game and stay in the game. Yeah,
right. And in hip hop, like I believe Capadonna years ago was driving a cab or something, and they was slandering Capadonna, and I'm like, do you know what Capadonna's done for hip hop?
Right,
lyrically,
right,
like rap wise,
right,
and legends like E40 and Too Short and even them old East Coast niggas like Cormega and Tragedy, Gaddafi. Like, to me, those are legends because they affected my life as like a kid.
Right.
So I'm like, you have to pay your legends. And then all the old promoters is like, oh no, Tone on some bullshit. But the youngest promoter was the one that plugged me.
That's crazy.
And I forgot his fucking name. I'm gonna tag you, bro. He was the youngest promoter, and he was like, you know what, Tone, I'll fuck with you. Come have a night on me. It was at the Mint. Damn, I want to give him his flowers. I forgot his name though.
I'll put a clip up and you can tag him for sure.
I tag him, yeah,
for sure.
He gave me my flowers, and it was crazy that it was a young black man, young promoter, and he treated my family right.
That's dope.
Yeah, like, it was fire, but all the old promoters like,
fuck you, Tone.
Yeah, like, yeah, fuck out of here. Like, fuck out of here. So I was like, that's funny. Like, pay your legends, and it just became like a movement. Dope. So that's the
yeah, that's dope. I love it.
I love that.
I wanted to ask you kind of a 2-part question. If you can say, or if you can remember, your favorite event and least favorite event that you hosted / promoted. You can do either one first. I'll let you choose.
Favorite event.
Your favorite and your least favorite. If you can say, or if you can remember.
Okay, my favorite event. It's between 2 that was like my fucking favorite.
Okay.
One of I can say my favorite event. It was an Urban AZ show.
Okay.
Salute Derek Ware. Salute Mercedes. It was the hip hop. No, it was an R&B fest.
Okay.
And it's where they had Keith Sweat, Joe, Avant,
nice.
And like. This was the
keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
It was Silk.
Pay your legends.
Yeah, it was Silk. It was all them was there, and like I've never been like starstruck when I'm around celebrities. I always act the same, but the first I got starstruck at this moment.
Oh man,
we're in the backstage, right? Then the door. Every time I see somebody legendary, like, it's always fucking light and shit.
Everybody moves to the side.
So the light open, and then I see this person walk in, and I look at their wrist first, and it's shining, like it's really blinging. So I'm like, that's real diamonds.
Okay.
Then the shoes is just shiny, clean. And he walk in, and it's Keith Sweat. And I'm like, that's the first. I was like, now that is like a celebrity. Like, he walk in, he say hi to security, everybody, and then Keith Sweat's already on that bullshit saying, I'm a little bit under the weather. Every show, Keith Sweat say he under the weather.
Okay.
So he's like, yeah, I'm a little bit under the weather. I'll see if I can go tonight. I don't know if I can go tonight. I'm like, all right. So he's back there. He get on stage. This nigga just starts singing the fucking roof off. Live. Nice. No vocals. Just killing it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, he put on a show. Like, this is art right now.
That's
like
fire.
What you're watching is like art right here.
That's fire.
And the worst show, dang. Man,
if you can say, you know what I'm saying? If you can say, like, the worst event
worst show. Okay, the worst show. It was this pool party.
Okay.
It was this pool party at this club called Spanish Fly.
Okay.
They tore it down in Scottsdale. So all my friends, they were going to this other pool party.
Okay.
Which was cracking.
Okay.
I mean, like, just
lit.
A movie.
Okay.
Like, I think that night somebody had cracked 100 bottles. Like, they really bought 100 bottles.
That's crazy.
So I'm at this Spanish Fly pool party. They had already paid me, and it's dead as fuck. So I have to stay here for 4 hours. Nobody's in the club. Everybody's at the other pool party.
That sucks.
And then at that time, I'm trying not to drink no more. So I'm just looking at the liquor like, fuck.
like I might need to relapse real quick.
You remember that movie Flight?
Yeah.
With Denzel? When Denzel was looking at the damn mini bar. Yeah. That's what I'm just looking at the bar like, man, I should drink. But ain't nobody, like, why am I going to drink?
Right.
There ain't no hoes here. Like what am I going to drink for? Yeah. And that was terrible. Damn, that was the worst event ever.
Especially when you know
that down the road, it's like,
it's cracking over there.
It's,
like,
it's
moving
down over here on this side of town, and you just sit there with the old school slow. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Like, it's tough for promoters, man. Like,
it has to be.
like the promoter, like the anxiety of the actual promoter, like, you see it from the beginning of the night because he goes out there, he tries to see if there's a line out there. There's no line. So he's tweeting like, yeah, we just getting started. Like, so people's like, then they tweeting to him like, yo, what's it looking like in there? So he trying to take a picture of the corner of the club where the most people's at, and behind him, nobody's in the fucking club. So he's like, oh, it's cracking. So people show up, be like, oh, nigga, you lied. We about to go over here. It's just that anxiety. Like, that's a stressful job.
Yeah, for sure.
You got any coming up?
Shows? Do I got a show coming up? No, not right now. No. Well, there's a rapper right here named Big Doobie, and Wes Crave's an old school rapper too.
Shout out to
Wes Crave, that's my guy. They got a show coming up June 24th at Antro. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be up there.
Nice.
What else is there? What else is there anything next? What's in the next chapter for 2Tone and the Hatrix, and anything you got planned? Anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing street interviews.
Okay.
Yeah, I just bought me a reporter microphone.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. Well, actually, my man John sent it to me. A reporter microphone, and I'm about to go out in Scottsdale at nighttime.
Okay.
And just start interviewing drunk people and see if they can win some money and get some content that way. Even though I hate Scottsdale, like, I used to work there. I just hate Scottsdale. It's just like, it's not for it's not for black people. It's not for us. It's not for black.
No, it's not.
It's not. And they say it too.
Yeah,
they tell you
it's not.
With the Asian brother out there with I forgot the guy, and he was like, "Yeah, this is a no N-word zone." I was like, the way he said it
was so calm.
Like, oh, you've had this conversation before.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. No, so I try to stay away from there as much as possible.
That would be a dope show, though. I really do, because, like, going out on the street
and talking to people,
and the content that I've seen of yours, I could just see that really being really funny, and just really dope, man. Just to get people, especially when they're a little bit drinking a little bit, the stuff that comes out, and you could probably say some things they probably wouldn't even know that you were saying some things.
I want to do like basic like math questions and current events and see if they can answer it on the moment, and go
That'd
from
be
there.
Fire. I got another question for you. Just popped in my head as you said, talked about the Scottsdale thing. Why do you think that, like, no matter what, we just stay there? Like, there's downtown, there's other places, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like Bobby Q's back in the day used to be popping. That was in Glendale. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn near in the hood, but it was popping.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, why do we continue to just keep plugging over there and not either, for one, create our own,
right?
Which I know it takes a lot of money and licenses and all that, but you could get a team of brothers together and figure it out,
right?
Or just stay the hell away from there. There's downtown. There's other areas that you can go. Tempe. Why are we? What is it? What is the lore? Because you would know better than I would.
Because for a long time, Scottsdale, back in the day, they would not let brothers in the Scottsdale clubs.
Right.
Right. So for real, what the Asian brother had said was true. Like, you couldn't, like, if you was gonna go to a club in Scottsdale, you couldn't walk to the door with 5 black people.
Right.
You would say, okay, let's go 2 at a time. I'm gonna be back here. You're gonna be back here. If you crewed up, because the bouncer's gonna be like, oh, it's too many of y'all. Then you got to make sure your dress game was on fire. Like, if you had Jordans, if you were black, you're not getting in the club.
Right.
You got to make sure you got some nice shoes on. So they wouldn't let us in. And then the club started dying over there. And the first thing, when clubs start dying, when the club's about to die, the owner of the club says, we need to drain as much money as we can out of this club. So what's a quick way for us to drain the money out this club? Let's get a black promoter and just give it to him. So they hire the black promoter, and if you have a black promoter that has a fan base, we're like, look, I got a Saturday in Scottsdale. Black people, we out there because we spend money. Like black people, we spend money.
Right.
So when the club's about to die, they'll get the black promoter, drain all the money. Then to the black promoter, the club's about to close. You got to go somewhere else. So our buying power was so strong. Now we're cemented in there. Like, some of those owners got smart, be like, they're bringing the most money out here.
Right.
They buying the most. They're spending $500 on $30 bottles of Ciroc that you can get at Fry's. That's just ignorant if you think about it.
It is.
Just ignorant.
It is. That's why I stay away from it. But,
Yeah, it's ignorant. It's stupid.
Yeah.
And then the owners is like, well, shit, they don't own the club. And so now all the promoters is just like, shit, we'll go down there. We'll make money, a percentage off the bar. We're not even going to charge cover. We just going to make a percentage off the bar. And it's that mentality of, I believe Malcolm X had said it when Malcolm X was like, a black person will move to a white neighborhood and they'll say, I'm the only nigga out here.
Right.
That mentality.
Right.
In Scottsdale, it's the same mentality.
Got you.
I'm partying in Scottsdale.
Got you.
I got money.
Right.
I'm getting paid.
Right.
Not knowing downtown's a better party.
It is.
Tempe's definitely a better party.
Yep.
Like, they forgot the party aspect.
Right.
Now it's, when I go to the club, like, when you go to the club now, it's all this.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Nobody's dancing. For real.
Facts, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Facts.
They just on their phone.
Everybody. Look where we at. Look what we
TikToking
doing.
now.
Yeah.
We doing TikToks. Look what I'm doing. Look at I'm in the section. I remember back in the day, you could be at the bar and still be cool.
Yeah.
Like, I could play the bar. Give me a little Coors Light, tall neck. Now, they look at you at the bar like, he's at the bar.
Right.
I'm in my table. You know what I'm saying? I'm in, like, they look down upon you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in my table. And I think that we just have a infatuation of being in Scottsdale. And I say this respectfully, you're a young white brother, that we've always wanted what's the word I'm trying to say? Validation
Yep.
from white people. That's just embedded into us. So when we feel that when we in Scottsdale, we like, oh, I'm that guy.
Right.
I'm that guy. But the party is not there.
Right.
Not saying, no, don't get me wrong. Scottsdale has great people in there. I love Scottsdale fashion. That's my favorite mall, period.
Right.
Because I feel it's a culture. Like, that's a staple of culture. Like, when you go to Scottsdale fashion. But the club scene specifically, no, that's not it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's not it.
Man.
That's not it.
It's not it.
And the same thing with with Arizona, like hip hop. Like what I'm noticing with the pay to play. Like, I was a big proponent of artists. You got to get their money. Like, you got to pay the artists. I'm still on that. You still got to pay the artists. But what I'm noticing now is stage junkies, which niggas that just want to perform. They just want to perform. They don't care about nothing else. But let me get on the stage, grab the mic, put my music. You ain't got no merch table. You ain't collecting email addresses.
Right. You're not
treating this like you're not networking.
Right.
You're not. I don't know if you would consider that practice, but when you perform, you have to make sure, like, well, it all depends on what you're trying to do with this. Like, if you want to pay your bills off rap, like, this is my passion. I want to pay my bills off rap.
Right.
Treat it like a business.
You have to.
Right.
And they don't do it. Like, say for Moneybagg Yo, right? Say Moneybagg Yo, you want to open up for Moneybagg Yo, they're gonna charge you two bands to open up. Some may say, oh, that's not worth it. But if this is your passion and you're gonna pay that $2,000, now treat it like a business. Make sure everything, okay, I'm performing. I have my girls in the crowd.
Right.
They got my T-shirt on,
Right.
and they getting Instagram addresses. They getting email because you need data. You're trying to collect data. I got my merch booth. Some people just pay the money to just go perform.
Right.
And
Got
then,
you.
And then if I'm a consumer and I'm watching the show, I didn't come to see you.
Right.
I can't say Moneybagg Yo.
Exactly.
So I don't even remember you.
Right.
Right.
Right. Right. And you walked away with nothing to remember them by.
Right.
No merch, no
Towels.
No,
But
yeah.
is that because of social media though? You think, like,
do you mean?
just being on, well, you just performing, like, is it just because of you think it's the love of performing, like they just want to be up there and
just wrap up.
like, look at me, the spotlight's on me, or is it because, like, social media wise, like, I could put this just, for myself, like I'm up on stage or whatever.
It could be some, like, I would think that it would be that way, but some of them, they don't perform, like, they don't treat their performance as art. So they're not putting nothing into the stage show. I could see if if y'all like, okay, I got my dancers behind me, they doing moves. So when you watch me, be like, oh shit, I'm entertained. But if you up there just with 12 dudes
jumping around,
and I can't tell, I can't tell who's the artist.
Right.
Like, who's the artist?
Like who? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I get you. I get what you're saying.
Wu-Tang? Like,
Right.
don't get me wrong. I like posse cuts. Like,
Right.
when Biggie did Party and Bullshit and he brought all them on stage, I like that. Like, when Wu-Tang, like, I like that shit. When Mobb Deep, I like that. But I still knew who
The main
Prodigy
guy
and
was.
Have was.
Right.
I still know, okay, that's Capadonna, that's Meth,
Right.
that's You God.
Facts.
I don't know. Like, in that aspect, as your previous question about Arizona hip hop, I believe back then the business was better.
Okay.
Now, even though there is some new artists on their business, a lot of new artists right now, they just happy to be here.
Right.
And you don't have to be in this era.
You don't.
Because you have this phone right here.
Yep.
And then you can easily look up, okay, how do I get my ASCAP, my BMI? How do I do this? All the information's out there.
It is.
Yeah.
But now they just like, shit, I'll go perform.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you get your press kits? How do you get all that, bro?
Right.
Yeah. It's there. Yeah, as we know. Like,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's there. It's
Same
easy
thing,
work
like,
now.
y'all know with pod and us as podcasters, we have to compete with rappers now.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Like, we compete with so much different things. Like, okay, it's Friday night. Should I go see the movie? if I go see the movie, or should I watch Netflix? So on the hierarchy, your music is below here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So what's going to get me to be able to stream your podcast? What's going to get me to be able to watch your podcast?
Right.
It has to be something entertainment value, and a lot of artists, they don't have their business right. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I think a lot of these niggas need advisors.
I agree.
Yeah.
Not managers.
Advisors. Yeah, I agree.
Like,
I agree. But there's also a level of how we were saying earlier is the lack of respect for the OGs. So a lot of times it's like, well, it's either, well, you didn't make it,
right?
You're not doing it.
That mentality.
So how are you gonna tell me how to do it?
Right.
Well, I'm not telling you how to do it. I'm telling you how not to do it. And right now, you're doing all the same shit that put me in the same position, blah, 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 blah. Or you're not on a level. So even if you're doing it and you're making money off of it, but you're not on a Drake level or on a Snoop level or something like that. So they're like, well, you're not mainstream. So why should I listen to you?
Yeah, why should I listen to you? And what I've noticed is you can't cheat the game.
You can't.
You can't. I've tried to cheat the game. I with Pod, and I was like, shit, I'm gonna go ahead and get this little USB mic and do it. But everybody be like, people messaging me like, yo, how can I get a background for you? How could I do that? So I'm like, damn, they must think my shit fucking trash in the background.
Right.
They telling me that, but they trying to help me. So you have to spend money.
You do
on this art shit. Like, y'all got these mics, y'all got these lights, y'all spending money, y'all investing into it, because you know what? You know that shit gonna come back to you.
Right.
And with rappers, certain rappers, they cheat the game.
Yeah, they try. They try.
They say, okay, I'm gonna go buy me 200 YouTube beats for $5. And then let's say one of those songs pop, right? Now the producer's like, I own that.
Yeah, that was at least.
Yeah, you're not performing that.
Right.
Cash me out.
Right.
Instead of you finding a local producer, be like, yo,
working with them.
Let me lock in with my local guy.
Yep.
Let me do the business right with him. So I own this production. I own this. So let's say I get a hit. Now all my business is straight. A lot of people, they try to cheat the game. I've learned you can't cheat this game.
You can't.
Right.
You can't. So, yeah. Great shit.
Yeah, man.
Great shit.
When do you go live with the Hatrix?
I go live on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Okay.
Mondays and Tuesdays I go live. My friend LMG, which is Tom. Y'all got you know Network? LMG? The Wayne King? Y'all got to get the Wayne King in here. They was having a chicken beef over in the streets over there in Phoenix with the niggas is making their own chicken, like hot wings.
Okay.
And like it was like dope. Like if you was on somebody's block eating chicken, the other nigga be like, oh, why you over there? You ain't come fucking with me. Like it's real. Like the chicken beef is real out here. I'm not even trolling. Like, for real. Somebody on Facebook, somebody put a 40-piece wing hit on this one guy's head.
What?
Yeah, 40-piece wing hit. Lemon pepper wet. No, I'm joking.
I'm bugging out. I don't know. You know what I mean? That shit sound real. Like, you know what I'm saying? No. I'm like, we'll pay you in a 40-piece wing hit. Get him out of there.
Yeah, my brother.
That's classic. That's classic.
No, but he LMG, he does a show on Wednesdays. So we kind of we got this thing called like Black Media.
Okay.
Where it's me, LMG, which is network, and then we got Certified Savage Show, which is the girl Ashley Hudson and KJ. And we was like, since the rappers can't be united, why can't we just be united?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like with y'all, hopefully we can talk, we can add y'all
for sure
into that too, where we just support we just support each other.
Okay.
So LMG drops on Wednesdays, and then the girls is two black women, incredible show.
Yeah, we've seen the show for sure. Yeah.
They the only two black women that's doing like a pod in AZ that I've seen.
Yeah.
So we do it like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays. We just do it kind of like it's like if we was in New York, You go to Power 105, you go
Right.
to Hot 97, you gonna
Right.
stop by Joe Button.
Right.
Right. So it's like that. So say they do my show, they come do y'all pod, then they go do LMG's
Certified.
pod. So we
Gotcha.
just
That's
we all
fire.
supporting each other.
That's dope. I love that.
I love it too.
I love that. Well, we're going to get you out of here, Tone. But we appreciate you coming by.
Appreciate y'all, man. Great talk.
Thanks for making the trip.
All the way out to Cali.
The
Yes,
Hatrix,
all the way.
right? Yeah, welcome to Cali. You know what I'm saying? The Hatrix every Monday, Tuesday. What time? What time you go normally?
Usually at 7 p.m.
Okay.
7 p.m. I go on for about an hour and a half. Follow me on my Instagram too, because that's when I drop my everyday hot topic videos.
Yeah.
So I do those. TikTok, like y'all on TikTok?
No.
Get on TikTok.
Okay.
Even with this you do now.
Okay.
Because I started on TikTok, I was like, man, this shit for kids. But my girl was like, get on there. So I started out doing like reviews for chicken wings. I was the chicken wing tester.
Your song that you got, bro.
The chicken wing song.
Do the chicken wing.
Do the chicken wing.
Oh, what do we have here? Like,
So I was doing that. It was cool, but I'm like, I mean, I'll still do it. It's funny. But I was like, man, let me put my clips on there. And then I put a Kwame Brown clip on there. I got my Kwame Brown.
I saw that. I saw that.
And then that shit went to 70,000 views.
That's crazy.
Then I got all these. I'm like, TikTok right now is where the most engagement at. I reckon y'all get on there.
Okay.
That is where the most engagement, because TikTok is an app where you would have somebody like 60 years old. They're not trying to do TikToks. They just want to watch. So there's more watchers than people that do TikToks.
Okay. Got you.
All right.
So I would get
Yeah,
on
we'll
that.
definitely look into it for sure.
Yeah, so I'm on. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. That's my favorite app of all time. Everything happens in real time. Like somebody could be getting jumped, and somebody can be at the fight. Like, yo, they jumping them right now. They tweeting like it's the best app. So follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, and I'm getting my YouTube up there too. So all 2Tone Superstar.
Add 2Tone the Superstar.
Yeah.
Fire.
Nice.
Well, thank you, man. We
Thank
appreciate
y'all,
you.
man.
You guys stay safe. You guys stay positive.
And as always, this is the Gray Space.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah.